Hi guys, welcome today to ElmersMarketingTips.com. We're going to cover a couple more questions in our three-part blog. This is part number 2, and I hope you saw the video for covering the first part. And we'll go on about the 5 questions that we're working on making our success. We have to build up those things in our intestinal fortitude. But first, let's laugh a little. We got to keep our character in here too and have a little humor with us. There was this young guy that was on a car lot, and he was looking for a car, and he saw one he really liked. It was a brand new car, and the salesman says, "Well, why don't you buy it?" And he says, "Well, I'd sure like to, but I think I can't. I just don't think I can do that." And he says, "Well, why not?" And he says, "Because I might have to give up my apartment or something like that." And the salesman says, "Well, can't you move in with your parents?" I see, you might think that's funny, but I'm trying to laugh along with you. There are 2 new Nissans out in my driveway that don't belong to me. That particular joke was written by someone that knows real life stories. Care to know who they own? I have a couple of grown kids that are back at home with mom and dad. Alright, back to our 5 questions. Okay, remember Monday we covered question number 1 and 2, and number 1 was, can you accept the truth? Number 2 was, will you accept the challenge and face the challenge? You might be saying, well, there's no how-to here. When do you get to how-to? There are articles that we'll put out, and we do put out, that have articles for how-tos. But if we don't face these things, guys, they're coming. I'm telling you, those types of times are coming, and we need to know and answer these questions for ourselves. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, and we need to be working on those. And I hope you went over to blog.elmersmarketingtips.com and read the text for part number 1. Hope you saw the video, and go in and check it out. Now, number 3 for this one. Number 3, the question is, will you stay committed to the process? It is a process. It's a due process, and we have to work on it. And getting in is the easy part. And as long as your upline's telling you've signed up a couple of people, and mom signed up to help you out, and all that kind of stuff, and the upline saying, "Wow, you're doing great, good going, Tiger," and you're feeling good, but what about the dry times? What about the long haul and when things aren't going so good? And that's when you'll find that, you've got friends and family that are saying, "Are you still doing that thing? Do you really think you're ever going to make any money out of it?" And you've got to have that positive inside of you, that intestinal fortitude inside of you that helps you to get going. I personally know some top earners who are very successful in the business now who have that in their story. And they've had fellow workers when they were working this part-time and they were working a full-time job. People say, "Are you still doing that thing?" And they would name off the program they were in and so on. And they would say, "Yes." This one guy says, "Yes, I'm still doing that thing." And you have to stay with that, and you have to tell yourself that, because that comes up with question number 4. Will you face up to the struggles? You've got to have that emotional staying power. Is that something that we all have to have when we're going through the long, dry spells? What about those a young person that goes into college and then spends a few years at postgraduate, and they're working, and they finally graduate, and they've got their degrees, and they're ready to go in to their professional field, and they've got this awesome, huge student loan bill to pay off. They still are saying it was worth it, but they also will say, there were some long, dry, hard spells to make it through this, but I'm glad I stuck with it, and I finally made it, and I climbed over all the obstacles. And you've got to do this whole thing, same thing, in building your business, and you can do it. And we keep on going with our emotional staying power and decide to make it and expect to accomplish and win. Okay? You can do this. I know you can. Friend, I really appreciate you, and I thank you for stopping by and seeing what we have today. And I sure hope you visit me over at blog.elmersmarketingtips.com and read the rest of the text and get all the story. Scroll down, check out any other articles along there. There's 100 and some over there that you can go ahead and pick out and see whatever you want to read. Okay? Tweet it, like the page, follow me on Twitter. If you haven't already, get the free ebook and join the newsletter in case you might meet or know someone who needs my help, and you can refer them, and we'll all go to the top together. Okay? Hey, have a great day, and I'll see you Friday when we wrap this all up on part number 3. Okay? Click down there and don't forget to click on the link and see the blog post and read the text.